Alright, here we are in the final part of the series, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to clean and maintain your BL3000 so it's performing at its best. I'm going to show you guys how to remove and clean the filters along with the ceramic plates and give you guys some tips to extend its lifespan. Alright, safety first. Whenever you guys are cleaning or maintaining a air purifier or ozone generator, you want to make sure it is turned off and unplugged from any power. So on the back we have the power switch. Let's go ahead and turn that off, and let's just remove the power cord as well. I'm going to break this down into 3 different parts. Since the BL3000 is also an air purifier, you also have to take into consideration all of its filtration. So we're going to break it out into exterior, filters, and interior. Starting off with the exterior, if your unit is just dusty, we recommend getting a microfiber cloth, dip it in some water, and go ahead and just wipe the casing down. If you're going to be using this also for an air purifier, you're going to run into this issue quite often, especially if you have pets. On the back of the unit, where the HEPA filter is located and the back cover plate, it's going to be covered in pet hair along with some dirt and dust. So what we recommend is getting a duster tool hooked up to a vacuum and go ahead and vacuum off any dust or hair buildup. Do that on both the back and the front. Alright, step 2 is going to be cleaning of the filters and ceramic plates. So we're looking at the back of the unit. We need to remove this back plate. 2 tabs up here, push down, and you can pull it off. Again, we have a HEPA filter, followed by a charcoal or carbon filter, and then a TO2 photocatalytic filter. And then while you're in here, might as well remove the ozone plates. Quickly go over the UV light real quick. You only really need to replace this when it's burnt out, and you'll know when it's burnt out because you won't see the light through the front of the casing. So as of right now, we're going to disregard the UV light. But if you guys do need help on replacing it, we also have a video showing you guys how to do that. Alright, so cleaning of the filters. This is also going to take a big role in maintaining your BL3000. This process will also work for the CA3500 and vice versa depending on the model you have. Charcoal, TO2, and HEPA, these are all washable. If you see a bunch of buildup, especially on the HEPA and charcoal filter, go ahead and vacuum that buildup off first before you wash them. To wash them, it's pretty easy. You have 2 different options depending on how filthy the filters are. If they are absolutely destroyed, go ahead and just replace them. But what you want to do is you can either just run these filters under some warm water in your sink, or you can get a big bowl and get a soapy water combination going and let these soak in it for at least 15 minutes. Once they're done soaking, go ahead and rinse them off with warm water to remove any excess soap. And again, always make sure you let these dry completely before you reinstall them into your unit. That is the filters. Moving on to the ozone plates, they're going to be very similar or exact same regarding cleaning of the filters. Again, if there's a lot of buildup on them, go ahead and vacuum them off. While you have them out, inspect them for any damage. Damages you want to look out for is any burnt marks around the edges, especially where they make contact inside the unit. Also, if you see any cracks, it's better to just replace them at that point. These are pretty cheap, so it's better just to replace them. But to wash them, you can rinse them under warm water, or you can put them in a bowl of soapy water, let them sit for at least 15 minutes, remove them, rinse them off, let them dry completely. Moving on to the last step when it comes to cleaning and maintaining your BL3000 is going to be the interior, and just by looking at it, you don't really have much room to get your hand in there. We recommend doing this process at least once a year. If you are going to just be using this unit for ozone only, you can probably stretch it out longer than that, but if you're using it also for the air purifier mode, we definitely recommend taking it apart and cleaning the inside. To do that, I will quickly go over how to. I won't show it, but there are a bunch of screws all over the unit. On the front, you're not gonna have any screws, but you can pop this front cover off. Just get your fingers under it, pop it off. Once you have the front cover popped off, you're going to have access to the fan, and you can get like a crevice tool in here or an air compressor or can of air, blow everything out. And then also just double check this. This is going to be the ionizer. Sometimes dust will build up in there. Just kind of wipe it off or vacuum it. But to fully disassemble this unit, you got screws on the back, you have screws on the bottom. So that's going to get you started on pulling this back bracing out. Once you have the back bracing out, you can then go ahead and start disassembling the ozone mechanism. You got 4 screws, and then you also have some screws up back there holding the fan together, and then you do have some more screws on top holding this front plate on. It all depends on how in depth you want to go into disassembling this. If you can just get this back plate off and remove this ozone mechanism, it'll give you enough room in there to vacuum up any dirt, dust, hair, and also give you a great opportunity to kind of just fully wipe everything down with a microfiber cloth. Here is a regular maintenance schedule for the BL3000, and this is going to vary from weekly to once a year. Starting off weekly, that's when you're going to want to clean the exterior of the unit along with vacuuming both the intakes on the front and the back. Moving on to monthly, depending on how often you use this for an air purifier or ozone generator, it may vary. You're going to want to check and clean the 3 physical filters along with the ionizer at the front, underneath the front cover. And you're also going to want to check and clean the ozone plates. Again, this will vary depending on how often you use the ozone feature and the air purifier feature. Every 3 to 6 months, again, you can stretch this out if you take care of the filters. Monthly is you're going to want to replace them. But again, if you do keep up on cleaning the filters, you can stretch it anywhere from 6 to 10 months. But if the filters are completely filthy and washing them or cleaning them, go ahead and buy replacements. And that's also going to carry over to the ceramic plates. You can probably get much more use out of these because you're not going to be using this as often. Again, when you check them, it'll give you a great opportunity to see if you need to replace them. Then lastly, this is going to be once a year. Again, you can stretch this out depending on how often you use it, but you're going to want to give it a more thorough cleaning, and that's when you're going to want to take the unit apart and clean the internal components. And if you follow this regular maintenance schedule, you can definitely prolong the lifespan of your unit, especially if you keep up on cleaning or replacing both the filters and ceramic ozone plates.